My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Against the Storm. We've completed 2 settlements at the moment, that is Vital and Ignol. And in order to continue doing some trade settlement stuff, I would like to go nearer to Ignol. Also, I'd like to get the Haunted Forest modifier active. Sometimes viceroys condemn their people to a terrible fate. Dangerous and forbidden glade warnings are disabled. But if I do that, I have to deny myself 1 productive space. Although this is an archaeological exploit as well. We can have a look here to see the modifiers. Royal archaeologists will have access to the archaeologist's office, and there will also be ancient excavation sites to be found here. I mean, maybe we only break into ancient excavation sites and we just look for the excavation, work through that. The trees themselves will be giving us copper as well as pigment and plant fiber. That's very, very helpful. Yeah, I actually like this a lot. I like it a lot because it gives me the option of picking up some extra, what's this resource called again? Artifacts. So that I can actually start upgrading some of the more interesting trees in the Smoldering City rather than just relying on trying to get as many food stockpiles as possible. Okay. Well. Natural resources in this area do not include meat, so... that's going to make a couple of things difficult to fulfill, but while we do have grain and reed and herb and root, all as natural resources here, we should be able to fulfill biscuits and pies as well. We do have the herbs, we can make pies. This is just starting to think about the favor requirements for, beavers and lizards in particular. Like, I really wouldn't want the final race here that I get to be the harpies at the moment. I need it to be humans. Humans and beavers have a lot of overlap. Humans and lizards have a little bit of overlap. Harpies and lizards have a lot of overlap. Alright, fine. Let's just get stuck in. I am going to take the ability to make some earlier woodworkers. I'm also going to take all of the beavers. I'm going to be trying to cut down trees, expand my property very, very, very quickly. Do I want stone or clay here? I am going to need additional help making bricks early on, so I will take stone. In fact, I'm going to drop the wood. I'm literally just going to be taking stone here. Because I only have 2 embarkation points. We need to work on those. Okay. You can see later forest mysteries are active at later hostilities. I'm not really going to focus too much on those, but Eerie Song. Villages have a 15% chance of perishing every 15 seconds. This will be active from hostility 5 and upwards, which could theoretically start happening at some point if we break into the wrong forbidden and dangerous glades too early. Okay. Immediately, let's just get the normal paths down. I mean, yeah, I could start farming roots, I could start farming eggs. That's a little bit of support for food, but I already have some berries and insects that we're just going to be eating our way through here. Really what I want to do is prioritize building the archaeologist's office, and this is going to be 10 planks, 8 bricks, and 4 fabric, rather, to create. Alright, first off, let's get a woodcutter's camp and start cutting down some trees. I will have them actually avoid opening areas if possible, just to start with here. Let's also have a look at our blueprints. Herbalist camp, forager's camp, trapper's camp. Okay, so each of these is a camp that gives us the ability to command is not the word I'm looking for. To forage, let's say. Different resources that already exist on the map. Herbs, berries, and mushrooms. We know that herbs and berries do exist on this map. We know mushrooms do not. We know that meat doesn't exist on this map either. Insects, eggs. Insects, grain, vegetable. Insects, grain, vegetable. No, in fact, that's literally only grain. Okay, the one of these that is the most useful is the herbalist camp for us. Brickyard, lumber mill, and kiln. This is really interesting. This is really interesting specifically because The brickyard is the opportunity to immediately get my brick production online. The lumber mill is the opportunity to get my plank production ridiculously online very early. Also, doesn't cost that much. It's only 2 bricks and 2 fabric that's required to actually invest in that. And then there's kiln for making coal, which will save us a whole lot of wood if I start using coal as my burning source. This will also give us the access to a higher than base tier brick creation. I'm going to take the lumber mill. Especially considering it's a building that the beavers themselves are consistently better at staffing. Leatherworker, wow. So Leatherworker is a similarly cheap way to actually get fabric production online, as well as water skins, which can then be utilized to make, well, the potables later on. Bakery, although offering the ability to make biscuits and pie. Especially considering there is grain in this area. It's not impossible we go with the bakery. The water skins are a little bit difficult here just because they require leather. And leather is not something I am excellent at creating right now. I'm going to take the bakery for exactly that reason and get our second woodcutters camped out. Let's put this all the way back up in this corner. I should also probably try and house some folk. Although the lumber mill is going to want to come out earlier than pretty much everything else, so we'll put the lumber mill there. I'm going to also get the crude workstation down so that I can actually create that lumber mill in the first place, because I am going to need to be able to make 2 more fabric in order to do so. As for cooking, we do have the bakery, but we can focus on that in the future. Immediately fully staff the woodcutters camp. I'm also going to tell them to avoid opening glades for the moment. So we only have now 2 free builders. We have 6 workers doing woodcutting at the moment. Ooh! Gain 1 new villager every time you discover a glade, or friendly relations boosts global resolve by 1 for every 3 levels of standing with other settlements, or export specialization. So the later 2 are definitely based around trade consistently, and I don't know if I want to focus heavily on trade here just because we can go down the archaeologist's line instead. I'm going to take Lost in the Wilds. Get these 2 people in here to create for us some fabric. Ah, out of nothing. We have nothing that we can create fabric with at the moment. Reed, leather, or plant fiber. Literally no access to any of those just yet. Oh, okay. Interesting. How do I deal with that? I don't currently have a plan for dealing with that. One of the easiest things we might be able to do here is, yeah, wait for our orders and try and pick up things through these orders. So glades, if we cut through to 3 glades, we can get workers assigned to glade events carry 5 more items, 10 bricks as well as 10 planks. That's not bad. For some provisions and crops, which pack of provisions, pack of crops, I think we'd be able to make each of those reasonably well. It's just, I would obviously have to make the makeshift posts and then actually construct these. But we'd get 10 amber, 4 villages, and 20 grain to it. I think we should actually go with delivery, because we're not going to be exploring as quickly here with those 3 glades. Am I not? I've broken into no glades so far. This is about to become 2. Well, I'll take the glades. Oh, complete 2 glade events in order to get 10 planks as well as 6 simple tools. and a group of 3 villagers. I will take that. They're asking us to have a stone cutter and a scavenger. I can actually build both of those, and there wouldn't be a problem. And in fact, in return, I get reeds and clay, as well as some parts. Do I need the reeds for anything at the moment? Could I use reeds to weave fabric? I could use those reeds to weave fabric. Okay. I also need 10 bricks for this to pass, but is that going to be too much of a problem for us? Let's just make limit of total 10 bricks. You start making those, and I will create the stonecutter's camp in the appropriate position. And then a scavenger's camp as well, similarly in the most appropriate position for it. Easy. So we are going to roll over the amount of bricks that I actually want to make by a little bit here, unfortunately. I'll tell them to prioritize the fabric afterwards. Cool, stop making bricks. Yeah, I mean, the fabric should come up any second now. Ah, I don't have anyone, unfortunately, free to actually do our building, so I'll employ one person from every building so that we can get the buildings complete, finishing the camps, and then giving me the fabric to start making our lumber mill early on. I don't need to staff the stonecutters at all, nor the scavengers, I just need them to exist. Boom. I'll take that, and you start making the fabric, buddy. Well done. Okay. Ugh, I was really hoping to find something I could make with all of my planks here. Small farm with the ability to give us grain, I think, especially seems powerful for us. Grain's good for baking things as well as for making ale, 2 of the better luxury resources that we could try and currently point our way towards creating. Force the delivery now of that 2 fabric, please. Thank you. And then I don't need to employ you anymore. Well, I guess, sure, you're about to make 2 more fabric. It's fine. I'll future-proof myself by 2 fabric here. Let's get 1 beaver here in the lumber mill, starting to construct planks. I will set a maximum limit on planks in the entire environment to 25. Only 25 planks maximum, thank you. I know you can create them very easily, but I don't need an infinite amount of them at the moment. I just need some. Okay, let's also re-employ our woodcutters there. Take you back out of the crude workstation. Do I want to employ you in anything right now? I mean, honestly, I kind of want to start creating some big shelters, which is going to be one of the first ways that I start spending the planks that come. I mean, that's not a bad place to put these. Actually, I found my optimal place. It's okay. I do eventually need to cut into this. This would be a prime location for a second hearth about this far. This also seems like a juicy place to cut into. Then we'll flip around the big shelter to the other way, build some appropriate roads to connect them. All good. I need more people now. That's what I really need. And what we get more people from is the 2 events that I've already stacked up here. One of them is just cutting through to the glades, but this one is villages from completing glade events. So you... I mean, I could try and start breaching into the top one here. I do like the idea of that. The only problem is I'm not great at making, like, scrolls. Well, I'm getting more pigment now. Maybe I'm getting better at making scrolls, actually. I'm still going to hold off for just a little bit longer. Feel free to get very close to breaking into there, though. I'll be doing it on a moment's notice. Suddenly, on a dime, with a spin. As soon as both of these are created as well, I will have... Actually, you know what? Let's preemptively do this. Just gonna start trying to design this to not really obstruct anything so much, but still gives the ability to advance via having 8 population housed and 4 decorations in the area to an embarkment. Encampment! Encampment! Always say embarkment instead. I don't know what it is. The word just has its hooks in my head. Okay, we're getting pretty close. Unfortunately, I only have one active builder at the moment because I've got pretty much everyone else absolutely maximally employed. I feel pretty good about this for the end of year 1. This is Storm year 1? Yeah, so year 1 ends, we've gotten into Drizzle of year 2. I've got my lumber mill already up. I've got a crude workstation. I've got 2 big shelters. So I've got premium plank production online and scrolls, which is fine. Scrolls is fine. Work safety guide. A standardized set of rules. Every 5 villages with the need for education fulfilled will increase global production speed by 25%. This is actually not difficult for me to fulfill, and it's not difficult for me to fulfill courtesy of the fact that cutting down these trees, which is something that we are going to be continuing to, expand our workforce into doing, gives us pigment as well as wood, and pigment and wood are exactly the 2 things that we need in order to create scrolls in our lumber mill. Scrolls, of course, then used for education at a holy temple, a temple, an explorer's lodge, or a forum. So I think I have a primary opportunity here. I guess I can also check what our other races are. Actually, this is excellent! Oh, yes! This is excellent! Harpies do want to be educated. This is one of their requirements. Look at it. Education. So now I've got 11 people here who want to be educated. If I can educate 10 of them at the same time, I increase my global production speed. So it's every 5 villages will increase global production speed by 25%. So if I educate just 10 of them, boom, 50% faster production for everyone. I think that's huge. I think that's giant. I think it's monumental. I think it's ridiculous, and I think it's exactly what I'm going to work towards. A small farm. I need to start breaking into these back areas. I mean, I am starting to actually stack up some planks. The fact that I do have some planks as well as reasonable possibility to create some scrolls, I think this gives me the boldness to actually break my way into my first dangerous. Oh, there we go. First level of the hearth has popped up into encampment. Also, the decorations they want for the next level are just made out of planks by themselves. So I'm very, very capable of providing that really quickly as well. So this, I also want this to cut up in that direction pretty quickly. But if it's going to be cutting non-essential trees at the moment, I want it to cut down here, start expanding out this area. Oh, I still have this camp avoiding opening glades, so they didn't want to actually cut down those trees, lest they open the glade. Speaking of, oh! Cut through to 1 dangerous or forbidden glade. I'm literally just about to do that in a second. This will give me 7 simple tools. Yes. so I can actually complete the things. Have at least 2 hubs upgraded to encampment. That is something that I love working towards. This is actually kind of difficult though. For 50 mushrooms, is mushrooms difficult for us to get on this map? Mushrooms are actually really hard for me to get on this map. I would need to do it through trading, I think. But what would you give me for them? 50 mushrooms, we get 5 harpies. We get 1 coat production as well. That's really important because the harpies and the beavers both like coats. Actually, the harpies make coats. Beavers and humans like wearing coats. So everyone's happy with this transaction. However, the alternative is builders create 5 more items. We have 12 simple tools, and this is something I'm already intending to work towards. This goes quite out of my way. This reward is pretty good for me. This reward is great for me. So on the balance of things, I'm going to be taking this. This here being the building the hubs. Beautiful. So one thing we immediately need to realize is our food production is garbage. We have none food production at the moment. Get you stuffed up in that scavenger's camp, trying to keep us a little alive. Subsistence farmers for a wee bit here. Well, yikes. I'm gonna get the rewards for opening the dangerous glaive here, and then use that immediately to solve the ancient shrine. The ancient shrine is going to kill 5 random villagers every 8 minutes. Yeah, we've seen this one before. Gain 3 incense for every 10 roots produced, as well as 30 scrolls and 30 coal. Totally fine taking those. There's a lot of roots up here in the root deposit up at the back. Okay. Well, I mean, that's one event that we've just cut our way into. Kinda wanna sink my teeth into another event at the same time, almost. You should prioritize eggs first if you can. Just because we're about to get a perk towards root production later. Smokehouse, provisioner, and kiln. I mean, you know, kiln is coal. Provisioner is reasonable creation of flour, which is pretty important for baked goods. Biscuits would go down a treat with pretty much everyone. A rain mill. Would I use a rain mill at this point? Let's have a quick look. Rain mill, rain mill. Ooh, there's a whole mess of buildings I still haven't gotten. Hell yeah. Rain mill. I wouldn't know because I already can create scrolls with a different thing. So that means provisioner is actually one of the best ways for us to get flour production right now. Having flour production online would give me the ability to start baking biscuits, and literally everyone eats biscuits. Of course, you know, we'll need to be able to create grain to actually do this consistently. I already have a methodology for doing that, small farms on farming plots. That's one way we're going to do it, but a foraging camp would help me because it would assist me in getting down the swamp wheat that already exists on the map. Ooh, gibbery bush. Great. A little bit of additional food we can get down here. Love it. That ancient shrine is also solved. I'm gonna break my way into the next one. Boom. Then I only need to pop open one more glade and I'll have finished another mission. Assuming I finish an event in here, boom, another mission immediately. Wow, I can fulfill this with just coal? Or 16 planks. I make planks very easily. I think I should use the planks here. Salvage gives us, ooh, a source of edible insects from converting it, or I could get clay, eggs, and ancient tablet. I'm taking the source of the insects, definitely. Weaver. So for planks investment here, I can get the best fabric production in the entire game online. Obviously, I'm going to be taking that, yes. Oh, this is going so well. Oh, the herb node down here, very good. Whole bunch of them down there, and there's an herbalist camp that I've already unlocked. We're off to a great start. This settlement could not be better positioned. Gosh. Is it too cocky to immediately try and pop into another glade? This event over here is just about to be finished when they deliver the final 10. Yeah, I mean, I do want to be completing these missions. Because they are still giving me things like simple tools and more planks. Not that I actually really need the excess planks that they provide me. Although they will make for faster production of second areas. Do I have any brick production online? How's my bricks? I can't actually staff anyone at the moment to make bricks, but I will need some soon. The small hearth requires 5 of them, and the warehouse requires 2. So I know that if I'm clearing out another area to put them down, I'm going to need at least that much. Let's also think, like, where's the hearth going down if I put it over here? Like, right there? Like, that's the fewest spaces that I have to cut if I put it right here. Can it get much better if I rotate it? I mean, I'd have to put it in between 2 different... Is it so bad to put it in between 2 different dangerous camps over here? Maybe it's not. What about this one? This one's way easier to position, but a lot of the positioning really wants me to have already taken down something in here. Oh, there's a copper mine that we could actually create in this area as well. That's interesting. So wait, I'm gonna want it another phase down from the quap. Yeah, okay. I need to open this medium abandoned cache because as soon as I open this, I know that I can actually position whatever I want there, basically. I can't make any simple tools, so I just need to continue completing my quests. Yeah, if I'd have to make the encampment in order to get the tools to break open the thing to then make the encampment, unfortunately, at the moment. I need a trader. And I think I've needed it for a while. Well, hang on. What's oh, the hostility is so high because we've got -6 to the global resolve. Right now in Storm, yeah, that's not going to help us. Because it means that it's, yeah, I can offset some of the hostility by sacrificing some wood here, but I'm not going to be able to make the harpies happy. When I say the harpies, I do mean the harpy. Oof. Gosh, yeah, the way we're leaning right now, that harpy's just gonna leave. If I put a human in the hearth, does that... No, that's impatience grows slower. That doesn't fix the harpy. Wait, where's the harpy? Oh, you were doing the burrowing mission, though. You kind of want to stay there. Oh, but harpies don't assist in this situation. Actually, hang on. Is there any job that the harpies like doing? Unfortunately, you would love being a weaver, but I don't have the weavery open. Not especially. What What if I favored harpies? There we go. Firekeeper missing. We don't have Firekeeper at the moment. Beaver back there. So I've decided to use this button, Lighter Treatment. I've favored the species by 5 for resolve, and the others are suffering -5. This is literally just to try and keep the harpy happy enough to stay with us through the rest of the storm. Oh, there's another glade for us, and also some actual farmable area. Thank you. Right. So now we've completed 2 more of the exploration events. Pop both of those instantly. Artisan for creating coats. As well as pigment, as well as barrels. I wonder, will I actually need pigment production as well? I can make it out of insects, I can make it out of clay, I can make it out of berries, I can make it out of a bunch of stuff that I will have access to. Specialization bonus for cloth, which means that weavers will want to work here. It's up against the rain mill, which is the opportunity to go slightly better flour production. No, we already decided not to get that. Yeah, it's the artisan here, just because the other ones are not the ones I want to go with. Tavern or Bvows? Only one of you cares about cleanliness, and that's the harpies, unfortunately, right now. The tavern offers leisure for our top 2, as well as brawling for the harpies. So it does offer us something for everyone, and the Gleeman's Tales in the tavern as well will be 3 resolve for everyone on the map at least. Take that tavern. I really wanted an education facility as a primary there. Vineyard Town. Gain +1 to the Beaver's resolve for every 70 wine produced. Probably not, actually. We have only one group of people here that likes pies. So Sahilda's secret cookbook is actually probably not a priority for us. Export specialization, gain +1 to production yields for all packs of goods. Heck, I also don't want to do that. I'm almost leaning Vineyard Town. Sahilda, what do you have? 4 plant fiber for every 12 produced, some packs of goods. 13? Only costs us 13 to get +2 to coat production. That's pretty huge. Gain 3 wine for every 15 ale produced as well. Dual brewing tools. I love these. I just wonder if I have any ability to use them. I'm gonna take more people here because, again, I desperately need more people. 2 more simple tools will get me the ability to open up this. So I would really want to get those. So if you sell me 2 simple tools, you are only going to ask for 4.8. 4.62 rather, sorry. I'm pretty good at creating planks, so I would have offered you a bunch of planks, but I don't have a bunch of planks right now, apparently. I'm gonna offer you 77 wood for it. Thank you, Muchling. Send 2 folk over here to open the abandoned cache. Ooh, I could get 20 amber out of that, actually, rather than the eggs and the oil. Yeah, rather than the eggs and the oil and the stone, I think I will take the 20 amber. Good. Then I'm also going to move a woodcutter's camp to here to start working on these trees. And then I'm going to pop the hearth down here and immediately start working around it. This is going to be great. I think I have basically enough people to work that area pretty successfully. Create 1 more big shelter. I intend to move it, so just gonna be clicking the move button later. It will cost me 5 wood to move it, as it turns out. But I'm not gonna be so sad about that. Better to have it created early, I think, here. So I can just pick it up and drop it off. Let's also get this weaver open. If I ever need fabric, it's going to be a very, very, very easy way of getting it. And then I'm also going to get this woodcutter's camp to start working more specifically to open up this farm. Heck, let's also get this one to do a little specific cutting back to open up that farm. So having those two farms open so that I can create small farms there will give me grain, which will give me the ability to make flour in my provisioner, which will give me the ability to make biscuits in the bakery, and everyone loves biscuits. +5 for everyone affected. People are gonna go bananas for my biscuits. Now that we actually have an excess of people, we should probably start staffing these camps that I'd previously created without a real intent to staff. Let's also proactively create a couple extra scrolls here with the pigment that we have access to at the moment. Oh wow, we've already opened that appropriately. I'm gonna create my first small farm over there. Small farm, the small first. Also give you some fields to farm. I'll tell you only to make the grain, actually, thank you. Beautiful. If I wanted to, I could start making some root production up behind it. Yeah, actually, we have enough. We have enough workers and enough benefits from, especially root production right now, that this seems like a reasonable thing to still do. Cool. Is there anything else I want to set up? Right now, I think not. Let's get 2 people on the small farm to start planting stuff as quickly as they can. Beaver Resolve. Keep Beaver Resolve above 22 for 60 seconds. Ooh, in reward, we get 20 amber and we get +2 to berry production and +2 to root production. We do want those. Pretty deeply and desperately. Standing level 2 with 2 settlements on trade routes. We do have a provisioner, so we could actually start working towards this and it wouldn't be too difficult. Rations for the Citadel is definitely the easier thing to accomplish, though. But the rewards from it are very trivial compared. I'm going to take the Good Friends, and we're just going to have that as a more long-term goal. Because I don't really make provisions yet. Speaking of not making provisions yet, let's get a provisioner down. Going to cost us 2 more fabric. Let's actually get a weaver here, starting to give us... Actually, again, I need to set my global production limits instead, starting to give us up to 25 fabric. Fighting gear, I mean, eventually, but we don't need to give you the ability to do that just yet. Okay, small hearth. I mean... Was it there? I would have a full circle around it that I could move. I guess I can just wait until the roots are ultimately destroyed there. Oh, no, I can't. Because we also have the mine that's needing to get constructed here. Actually, one thing we need to do is very quickly finish the top side of that, so I'm just going to put you back into a general position and wait. Wait, I've been burning wood this whole time? Oops. Yikes. Very poorly done by me right there, unfortunately. That's gonna have some consequences for us. Oh boy. Yeah, that's a pretty big deal, actually. Let's get that provisioner down I was talking about earlier. Oh, we broke into another glade down here. Honestly, I did not expect to. More reeds if I need them. Honestly, not needed. All's good at the moment, thanks. Although I will move that over to just clean up the opening to that area a little more efficiently. Here comes our provisioner. Let's immediately employ 2 folk because we're starting to just turn all of our grain into flour. That actually, we do want all of our grain as flour here. And I'm also going to turn all of our insects into provisions. No limits on those. Go for as long as you have. Because we don't have great production of insects. We've got, 5 per minute from our termite nest down here. And we don't have incredible production of grain at the moment either. I think we literally just have grain bonuses that we've had access to over the course of the mission so far. Yeah, so the small farm would need to sit there. After, I guess, this swamp wheat field is gone. I can just destroy the deposit, right? Permanently destroys the node and doesn't give you any resources. I don't want to do that, but if I don't get a forager's camp really soon, and the forager's camp for me only gets grain, yeah, you know what? I don't want this. This is a resource that I'm not going to be able to actually access here. I should stop planning around it like it's a thing. Then let's be realistic and get the small farm down. Okay. I can start constructing the hearth in the area as well. Fine with that being there, because above it we are putting the mine. And then a path to stretch around the entire area. That goes down to the farm. Good. Then a warehouse central to the entire area to drop off all of our resources to. We'll create the scavengers that are going to be starting to work on the root deposits over there. Of which I think I should probably have 2 just to very, very quickly make my way through it. Also, roots are producing incense for us at the moment, which is also very handy. That's our food production. Our food production is largely made of roots at the moment, which is not ideal. But more of it's going to be grain over time, and then that grain's going to be biscuits, which reminds me, I do need to make this bakery. And pop that right down next to the provisioner. We'll create the flour next door. Very local shipping. They create the flour here, and then they move outside and hand it directly to the baker. Thankfully, it looks like no one's stressed out enough by the storm to lose any standing right now. Food is again low. We are working on that. Don't worry. Let's find where the additional people is right now. You're in a scavenger's camp. You should be down there. Nope, hang on. People go in farm. Beaver go in scavenge. Oh, yes! Second small hearth is coming up. Absolute beaut. Pop a beef in there. If you want, first you must give. Woodcutter's Prayer here is an ethereal cornerstone option. It disappears if I unpause before choosing it. +1 to wood production, but I lose all stored fuel upon picking it. I have 168 fuel products at the moment. Most of that will be wood still. I mean, I do tend to just continue cutting consistently. I am just going to continue cutting. So I don't think I'm going to actually have to worry about being low on fuel for a long period of time here. Maybe I should take it. Newly discovered resource nodes have 10 more charges in rich glades, as well as rooty ground for wood production increased by 1, but harvesting and planting are 25% slower, which I don't want. I'm going to take the Woodcutter's Prayer. And in doing so, I will also then have the option to take 4 harpies and 1 beaver. Or 2 humans and 3 beavers. I'm going to take 4 harpies and 1 beaver. I want to diversify the amounts, the folk that I have on the farms here at the moment. And part of that reason is also because I have a artisan and I have a clothier, so they are very well stocked by harpies, if I can get them. Okay. Start closing around that area. Where am I going to put my... Oh my god, I totally forgot about the archaeologist's office. I remember the start of this episode when I thought this was going to be a thing I utilized. I mean, honestly, the archaeologist's office just gives me the upgrades that give me the ability to spy out where the events may be. But if I just reasonably expand, I'll just find the events myself. Do I even need the office? Maybe not. Can't make bricks any better than there. Do I need any additional bricks for anything I'm doing at the moment? Doesn't look like it. Low on food and fuel, that's okay. We'll be getting those back pretty quickly here, I think. Thankfully, all of the influx of new villagers are very helpful, are starting to build up our society again. Okay, when do I have some woodcutters that aren't doing anything particularly important? In the stonecutters and the scavengers camp. I'm going to put 4 of you in the mine to start getting a huge amount of copper ore for us. I have future plans for that copper. Let's also move 2 of the big shelters over here. Can't afford to move. I don't even have enough wood to do that. Oops. It's okay. We will in a sec. Just running on low for all of it. It was fine. Let's turn wood production off for just a second. Jorg has arrived. For 60, they would give me 1 blueprint out of any blueprints. +2 to grain production. And we have enough to buy it. Yeah, absolutely. This small farm, unfortunately, is still creating vegetables. Oops, but it will create 8 grain when it creates grain. So now we're making grain at a reasonable rate. That grain is making flour. And that flour needs to be making biscuit. So we're going to need some herb production online. That's okay. We have herb production online down here. You know, for the moment, I think I may actually have to make like a long range commitment to this area. Something like that. And then put the farm down. Wait. One space earlier. Yeah, we'll just farm down there. Let's also stock up these scavengers camps because I'm not using the builders at the moment. Or at least I'm not using too many of them. How about those provisional trade orders that we can get? Some clay. Well, I mean, I can sell some clay to Ignol, and that's all. I'm gonna do that because I don't really use clay as much as I use stone in this world. Also, I apparently have no grain. That surprises me. Now, having rotated season... Ooh, pigment? You'd be paying for pigment? I mean, I can't give you that, unfortunately. I really wish I could. Let's move the other big shelter that I wanted to move over. Great. Actually, hang on. I can construct a little district there, and then connect it in with our prior established buildings. This is also about to run... Oh, this is out of people to work it at the moment. I see, I see. We'll soon be finished, though. Right? Yeah, only 2 charges left in that stone anyhow. Trade route complete gives us 5 amber for having done so. Still nothing I can really reasonably do in the rest of those trade routes there. The Stonecutter's camp can now be moved. Gives me the ability to try and pull up these here. I mean, how much do I need the stone at the moment? I have 125 on backlog. I'm just going to take the Stonecutter's camp away. That doesn't seem a fundamental feature of this at the moment. I really do want to try and get myself some simple tools as well. I don't know if I want to invest in actually creating them myself. I also don't have any individual homes. I don't really want to make too many shelters. Let's get this immediately to its next level by creating 4 comforts in the zone. I mean, honestly, I'm just going to use them to kind of gird this opening for the herbs. Well, actually, okay. 2 of them can go there. Then 1 of them can go up in the back corner, and another can go on the far range. There we go. Just trying to hem them in. I want to prevent those grains from running away. Oh, those grains can be wily. Gotta keep an eye on them. Got a couple fences around them. Rebuild or salvage in the forests 2 ruins, as well as have 12 provisions in order to get 12 simple tools, 5 more items carried to glade events, as well as 35 barrels, or have 10 harpies for at least 100 seconds, 120 seconds rather, and their resolve high for at least 120 seconds. That's very high resolve for the harpies to be asking for right now. But I'm going to focus on that. It is ultimately what I want to do. Have at least 16 beavers for 30 seconds. That's something I think I already have. Beaver majority is complete, giving us +2 to pie production, as well as +3 to beaver's resolve across the board, and plus 10% chance to produce double yields when under the effect of education. Let me educate my people. There's a scribe here rather, for making scrolls at a tier 3 level and ale at a tier 2 level and simple tools at a tier 1 level. Wow, let's make that scribe. That scribe just answers all of our questions right now. Actually, no, it doesn't, because the simple tools require themselves some stuff I can't create. Oofy. Oofy ouch and ow. They do make scrolls very effectively, though. So I should probably tell the, sawmill to stop making those scrolls. Save some pigment for everyone else. But I can make the ale out of barrels that I don't have. Yikes. Okay, well this is instrumental. Later. It doesn't really help me right now. It's a little piece. Let's pick up another one of you to work the herbalist camp. Yeah, because I'm running out of herbs pretty quickly here. So I'm making pigments somewhere. No, I'm making packs of provisions out of the insects. That's what's going on. Let's stop making those provisions. I've got enough of those at the moment. Also, this scavenger camp could be stocked, could be fun, could be cool. Harpy's resolve is low. It's gonna get a little lower. Hostility is high enough to actually kick it down into -2 rather than 0, unfortunately. Okay, I'm gonna have to make the harpies a little happier then. How do I do that for them? I mean, if I favor them, I can just get them through this weather. Good enough. Requires the least investment from me right now. Scavengers and woodcutters have nothing nearby. This is the woodcutters. Makes sense it has nothing nearby, obviously. Oh, I definitely need to open up this area down here as well. And this scavenger's camp is already done. Let's just give another scavenger's camp up here so that I can try and complete those routes as quickly as possible. Also, this entire time, I've been getting incense. Right? Where are my luxuries? Pigment, luxuries. There we go, 30 incense. We're getting incense this entire time while we're getting all these roots. Take you out of the lumber mill and store you in the scavenger camp instead right now. Next hub gives us 12 simple tools as well as 15 amber. Okay, so I can actually start doing some stuff after that again. Yay. 5 harpies. Let's see what our cornerstones are. +2 to stone production. Gain additional stone production for umber yield. I've already done a lot of stone production early on. And I don't really want to do a huge amount more. But I am going to need it, aren't I? Because bricks. Making some jerky for every pie produced, I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I think that's a really good way to just double dip on some of the effects here. What am I currently using roots for? Let's have a look at our ingredients. So roots are currently making... the makeshift post could be using them to make packs of crops. The provisioner could use them, but we're using the grains instead. The bakery could use them in its biscuits. And the scribe theoretically could use them, but again, they would be using grain. Okay, so the bakery can afford to use them. Bakery, if you use roots to make your biscuits, but use herbs to make your pie, I'm going to prioritize your pie, and as soon as you're finished making... Well, no, you shouldn't prioritize the pie is the thing. And you're never going to be done making biscuits. What, are you going to make an excess of biscuits at some point? Everyone eats them. Yeah, we've been making them the whole time, and we still have 0. just need a second bakery. I almost never do this. But yeah, let's just get a second version of the same high tier building down. I almost wonder why I never do this now. It seems like a great idea, actually. Oh, let's undo that favor. Beavers Resolve only wants 22. I'm actually going to favor the Beavers now. That should be enough to give them their Resolve mission. Completing another 2 deeds for us very quickly here. Oh, opened another grove. Wasn't actually intending to do that. I need to tell my... Yeah, I need to tell my woodcutters again to stop marking the opening unmarked glades. Okay. Hubs is complete. With hubs complete, I now need to open this. Ooh, we're actually still just short of being able to open it with simple tools. Well, it does give us coats and training gear, so that's great for us. And 6 for the food stockpile. That's the meta resource that I actually use to upgrade our other version of the game. The other layer. Next blueprint comes up. Cellar, brewery, and plantation. The cellar could be useful, only in that it can produce wine. Wine can use berries or reeds, which I can make excess of, but wine in particular is also something that if I make 70 of it, I can give the beavers extra resolve. I could also just use that wine to make pigment in order to make scrolls, so the wine can actually be used as an ingredient that way. Unfortunately, it does require that I would need to create pottery, water skins, or barrels in some way. Actually, hang on, I am good at creating barrels. Soon as I have some bars, copper bars, I need copper bars! Give me copper. Everything I want to do is hemmed in by the inability to get copper. Yeah, it's gonna be the cellar, but I can't really do anything with it just yet, unfortunately. Undo that previous favor there. Okay. Second bakery go down. Second bakery making biscuits. I'm gonna run out of flour really quickly, aren't I? I almost feel like I'm gonna need a second provisioner just to make all of the bakery. Let's set a global production limit on biscuits. You can make a maximum of 35 in excess at any one time, and if I manage to hit that, well done us. I'll pat myself on the back a wee bit about it. Scavenger's camp now has the ability to be moved. Ooh. Yeah, let's have 3 full scavengers camps working over there, and then disassemble this final one. So I'm just going to move the woodcutters camps around to try and get them to continually open the spaces that are most useful. So this still, yeah, avoid opening unmarked glades, but still try and cut down everything you can in that area. Because that's about where the hearth would need to go. Having just done another season, let's check our trade routes to see if there's anything I can kick down the road to someone else. Ooh, I mean, we'll get paid reasonably for planks from the Smoldering City. But I should probably create some more planks first. Justify it a little better. Heck, if I had 30 planks here, we'd be smiling. Let's set our production limit in the global area products to 50 for planks. More than happy to have an excess of them. In 46 seconds, we'll have Sahilda turn up as well. Mine has no available ore at the moment, that's fine. I can get the second level upgrade of this for only planks, but that's okay. I'll get that later. Do you all need to go anywhere? Actually, maybe I just need to send out my trade route with fewer planks. Start to increase my relationship with the Smoldering City specifically. I have decent money already from the missions we completed. So what I really want to do is just increase my relationship with these. Oh, although copper is very easy for me to sell a lot of. Sell 70 of it for 20, sure. Welcome, Sahilda. Currently, I have money. All buildings have the storage capacity increased by 10. There's the trapper's camp for the eggs and the wheat. Oof. Fuel burns 25% longer in Hertz, as well as packs of goods produce 33% faster. Honestly, I don't really want any of those from you, Sahilda. I'm going to take your simple tools for 23. Take all the pottery as well, actually. So I'll up my offer to 39. I'm going to take all those water skins. Okay, I'll drop off some of the water skins from the offer, though. There you go. Fair trade on all sides, I feel. So those water skins were so that I can start creating ale. Because I also do have the ability to put down a tavern. So, there it goes. Let's have a look back at the scribe, though, because it's 50, and then there's the 8 in the water skins. Yes, we can use the roots for the ale as well. All right. Where are humans that I can take off of their current jobs? 2 in farms and 2 in farms. I only have 4 humans, and they're all in farms at the moment? Wow, they're actually being best utilized. Seldom true that all the humans are being best utilized here. But glad to see that's the case. Harpy's resolve is still kind of low. Another trade route completes, though. Still don't have enough vegetables to sell them off. Sahilda, do you actually have vegetables I could sell? Yeah. I'm gonna buy all of Sahilda's vegetables. Yeah, that's a good point. What am I gonna buy them with? Sahilda, I'm gonna buy half of your vegetables. Give you a decent amount of wood for it, I think. There we go, 115. And with this many vegetables, suddenly I have a whole mess of trade routes I can accomplish. In specific, this one to Fatal for 30 vegetables and 5 provisions in order to get 20 amber back. I like that. I like buying something from one of the traders in order to sell it to a trade route. Seems fun and efficient and powerful. Harpy's getting so close to being able to finish their resolve. Wait a second. And now, unfortunately, I need to take you to the end of the episode, as in the next episode we are going to be completing the remainder of our orders, I believe. Probably not the standing for all of the trade routes, if I had to guess. Can I actually buy a second? Is there any value in buying a second trade route, trade post? I don't know. Let me possibly figure that out, as well as how we are going to tend to the rest of our needs. Biscuits, jerky, biscuits, pie, all of those are being fulfilled at the moment. Let's see how happy this settlement can be in the next episode. Until then, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Against the Storm. Playlist is up in the top left. YouTube recommendation down below. Streaming past are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/rhapsodyplays. At or above the thanks in, a special thanks this episode to Victor. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.